So today I have another tactics video for you. Hello everyone, my name is Ash, and in this video today we are taking a look at Roberto De Zerbi's Brighton system in FC24. So with that being said, roll the intro and let's get into it. So thank you very much for joining me, everyone. We are going to go through the player instructions, the tactical instructions, and also the position changes. And I'm also going to show you how it changes slightly in terms of the player instructions depending on when Evan Ferguson, João Pedro, Danny Welbeck are playing up front. As always, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications every time I upload. And with that being said, let's get into it. So first things first, the position changes themselves. As you can see, it's a bit of a funky little shape that we've got going here. First things first is you want to change the fullbacks to right and left wing back. You can go with either a kind of a 4-2-3-1 wide, I guess, to get the best kind of base formation. And then from there, you want to push Veltman and Estupiñán to wing back. De Hood will remain at defensive midfielder, but with Gross, he's going to be pushed up to central midfield as the one who gets forward and into the box more. And then the two wingers, you have them right and left wing. I brought Mitoma just inside a little bit. I've noticed that early days in FC24, you are able to kind of adjust the players' base positions depending on where on the pitch they are. So moving on to the tactical instructions. First things first, I want to say if you want to see how this tactic ranks and rates compared to all of the other tactics that we cover on the channel, check out my Patreon. The link is down below. You can get access to my FC24 tactics package with rankings and ratings and suitable teams of players, likes and dislikes of every single system that we cover, as well as exclusive tactics videos that we only cover on Patreon, behind the scenes videos, see how my kind of scouting career is going on, Discord server access, fancy football access, and a whole lot more. The best way to support the channel. And a huge thank you to my wonderful patrons who are kindly donating every month. So with that being said, with regards to the tactical instructions, we've got pressure on heavy touch in terms of the defensive style. The width is on 20, making it very compact and narrow. And then the depth is up to 80, giving you a high line. Slow build-up on the build-up play, and then chance creation is actually possession, toyed between this and forward runs, but in the end, possession does give you more of a calculated, measured approach like them, and you're not so much counter-attacking orientated. The width is condensed all the way down to 10. Did this in particular to make sure that we can get the best out of that inverted fullback of Veltman that we'll talk about a little bit later on. Players in the box is up to 8, giving you roughly 5 or 6 players in the box in crossing situations. And then corners and free kicks, both of these are on 4. Moving on to the player instructions then, with Steele in goal, we've got him on sweeper keeper, but his saving on crosses is just on balance. With the two centre-backs, no changes here, so you don't need to make anything there. With the two fullbacks, differing roles depending on Veltman or Estupiñán. Veltman in this case is more of an inverted fullback, so we've got his run type on inverted and his attacking runs are just on balanced, whereas with Estupiñán, he's on overlap and join the attack for his attacking runs. De Hood is more of that holder in this case, or it could be Billy Gilmore as well. The roles are very, very similar. Cut passing lanes for the defensive behaviour, and attacking support is stay back whilst attacking. Defensive position is cover centre, and then the positioning freedom is deep lying playmaker. With Pascal Gross, you've got someone who goes forward a little bit more. So we've got him on stay back whilst attacking. You don't want him making runs in beyond the striker, but we do have his support on crosses as getting to the box for the cross, and that's what makes him such a key goal threat in this team. His positioning freedom is drift wide, and his defensive position is cover centre. With João Pedro, when he is playing an attacking midfield, in this case we've got comeback on defence, get into the box for the cross, and his position freedom is actually on free roam. Really struggled to kind of get the best out of his role, and this was the one that was replicated the least accurately because he often does push up to the Evan Ferguson as well, and he'll kind of play as that 2 up front, but he also drops deeper to show for the ball and carry it forward. So in the end, we did overall go for free roam. Two different instructions for the wingers. For the right winger, in this case Solly March, we've got him on comeback on defence. His chance creation is stay wide as he creates the width. His support runs are on balance, not always looking to run in behind, sometimes holding his position and showing for the ball more. And then his support on crosses are getting to the box for the cross. Now with Mitoma on the other wing, a little bit different. We've still got him on comeback on defence. This time his chance creation is balance width. He doesn't always stay wide. Sometimes he just takes a few steps inside and shows for the ball, allows for Estupiñán to run. And then support runs is get in behind. Support on crosses is getting to the box for the cross. With Evan Ferguson, we've got his support runs on stay central. He should stay within the width of the 18-yard box. And then his attacking runs are on mix. Sometimes he's showing for the ball a little bit deeper, and sometimes he's really running in behind because he's got quite a lengthy stride and a powerful run as well. And then his defensive support is on stay forward. So how does it change when they have a different player up front, sometimes Danny Welbeck or even João Pedro? Well, you'll notice that these guys drop into the pockets a little bit more. So we've got false 9 for attacking runs, in this case with Welbeck. That was the same for João Pedro as well. Then we've got Lallana there. His instructions do remain the same, so we've still got his positioning freedom on free roam as well. Now allow you to give you a couple of tips for getting the best out of this system when playing with it. Tip number 1, really important indeed. If you want to replicate how the centre backs and the defenders put their foot on the ball, hold on to the ball and invite the press, try and coax the teams into pressing them before releasing it, then hold LB or L1 when you do have the ball. Then you can drag the ball back with the defender with the ball at your feet, and what it does is it coaxes the opposition into pressing you. You can draw them out and create space for other passing receiving options. Then you can play, and that allows you to invite the press and try and play through them just as Brighton do in real life. Tip number 2, because of the fact that you've only got pressure on heavy touch, occasionally you will want to kind of manufacture more of a press here and there. So it's important to use the teammate contain function. This is RB or R1 on your control scheme. I've actually changed it to A to make it more accessible and easier for me with the way I hold the controller. And this will instigate another teammate instigating and kind of just getting closer to the ball. Not an out and out press, it could be more effective, but it does certainly help when you are trying to pressurize the opposition. And with that being said, we're going to finish it there. If you want to see how this tactic ranks and rates, make sure to check out my Patreon down below. As I've already said, be sure to follow me on Twitter and subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notifications every time I upload. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and until the next video, I will see you soon.